Welcome from the Focus Gaming News Media booth to Lohith. Now you are the Manager of Partnerships and Expansions at Endorphina, Austria, Canada, Indian subcontinent and Switzerland.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
It's great
my pleasure
to meet
be
you.
here.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm really excited to be talking to you about what Endorphina is doing. Now, it's a premium slot games provider that offers over 130 exclusively themed casino software solutions worldwide. But can you take a moment and just fill in the details? What else do I need to know about Endorphina?
Sure. We are a slot game provider and we are based out of in Prague, Czech Republic. And it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world that I know. And I've been living there for the past 5 years and it's amazing. And I think that's where Endorphina gets its inspiration for all their beautiful slots that they make. And that's why I love their graphics all the time, and we kind of very specialize in doing that.
So you have more than 130 games. I mean, this is a big team that you've got at Endorphina. Yes. I mean, I'm going to say I agree with you on the Czech Republic and Prague. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. Everyone should go. But 130 games, I mean, that's a huge portfolio of games. So how long have you been around? You're extremely well established in the industry.
Yes, we have been in the industry for more than 10 years. We started around 2012. Though I was not from the very beginning, but it's been in almost 2 years for me in the company now, and I think the growth that I saw in this time, I think it's impeccable. Like, it's hands down. We entered, I think, around more than 25 regulated markets in just the last 2 years term. I think it's the biggest for any provider out here. So I think it's really the biggest accomplishments that we have.
I'm going to come back to this about the markets in just a second, but before we get there, now here we are at SiGMA Europe 2023, and which always falls at the end of the year, and it is the perfect opportunity to kind of reflect on what's happened this year. Now, tell me, fill that in a little bit about what's happened, what's been the big news for Endorphina in 2023?
I would probably say, for me personally, I think the game that we produce is called Jokera. It's the world's first slot game developed by and designed by AI, and we launched it this year. And I think that's a really great, groundbreaking innovation in our industry. And I'm looking forward to see more of such innovations in the future.
I'm going to touch on this because I'm going to ask you, because you just said it's designed by AI. Yes. So you know, I'm a graphic designer. Historically, I don't know if that's good news necessarily for graphic designers and for designers, but what difference does that make? What does an AI designed game bring to the table? What's the difference?
There's a lot. Basically, you have expertise of a human or any other person who has worked in the industry for quite a lot. But AI brings all this expertise of several people and several data and analytics around the world, and you make a game that's more suitable for the players. That's what, as a provider, we wish to do. We want the games to reach the players more, so the players like it very well. And I think AI is in the right direction to take it there.
I think it's amazing, and I'm assuming as well, I mean, there's so many things to talk about because you're talking about new markets, you're talking about games that are designed by AI. I'm assuming that this is the way forward. This is the first game that you've talked about launching of an AI designed game. I'm assuming that that's where you see your future going. We're going to come to that in a second as well, but let's stick with SiGMA for a moment. What are you guys doing here, and how important is it for you to come to an event like this?
Actually, it's quite more important than anyone thinks, and especially someone like me coming from Prague. I think the first best thing you see in Malta is the weather. It's warm, it's sunny, and you can't complain about it. So that's the first best part of it. And second thing, because it's end of the year, I think this is the perfect venue where you map out your roadmap for next year. And this is where all the clients come, hey, what are my plans for next future? So who are the new providers we need to take? What are the new technologies out there? So what are the new clients? What are the new operators in the market? What are the new affiliate marketing firms out there? Because you need to have diversifying your company for the more market needs or the player needs. And to map out these things for the future, I think this year, the SiGMA in November is always the best time around throughout the year.
So this is the big networking opportunity for you. So what does your day look like today? You're going to be going around and just meeting and greeting with everyone and talking about what's happening next year.
Yes, that's my plans, and also I don't think I already have almost my calendar full. I think that's how big the event is, and I think there are more people than even last time. So that is something I'm really looking forward to. More happy to meet new people, new clients, new leads, new opportunities. So
it is
quite
massive.
exciting.
I mean, this
Yes.
is the biggest SiGMA that has ever been. It's huge,
yes.
and just being here is really exciting.
Exactly.
Let's come back to the games just for a second before I ask you what that vision is for 2024. But you talked about the one game, the AI game. I'm assuming this is your trailblazer. This is your USP. It's taking all of the data from every user, putting that together. I mean, is this, but you also mentioned that you have over 130 games. So what are the trailblazers? What are the USPs for Endorphina game? Is it just AI or is it more than that?
It's definitely more than that, because we have a team who have decades of experience in developing these games. It's not just that these games just come out of, it's a simple idea, someone thought of something and they're just doing. There's a lot of market research behind it, the player interest, the operators' requirements. You know, we take everything in account and we design these games, and it's just not a slot game because it's a lot of expertise, it's a lot of ideas, like, you know, brainstorming. There's a lot that goes into designing these games. And more the thing that I talk about it, the one thing we definitely specialize is the storyline and the graphics of our games. And it's just, as I mentioned just before, you know, it's just not, we just make it. And because it takes around 3 months to 1 year for us to develop one slot game. And that's the time and expertise that we spend to do. We just don't launch like 10 games per month and, oh yeah, here are the 10 games your players can play. No, it doesn't work. We want to give the best and we do the best. So that's how it's been with us, and that's how we've reached to this point in the last 10 years.
What a great philosophy and theory to bring in games to the market. So you mentioned the AI game. Remind me the name of this game?
Joker.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what are the other trailblazers that are coming out of Endorphina at the moment?
So that is more for the next future, but yeah, we are working on more new mechanics for the game that would more suit for the players outside the routine classic slot games that you just find around in the market. And we are working quite so much on it, and I think Fruit Crash and the Fresh Crash that we have recently also was a new mechanics, and it's really going well.
Fantastic. Well, going back to what you said before about being here in SiGMA, you said it's all about looking forward to the future, looking to what's happening next year, networking, connecting with people. Yes. What is the big news for you guys next year? Can you tell me what's 2024 got lined up for you?
Well, honestly, as I mentioned, you know, like in the last 2 years, we entered into more than 25 regulated markets, and in the future is also the other main idea is to enter more new markets and capitalize on the ones we already have, because the point is just not enter markets, but also to capitalize it. And I think we'll be focusing on this and focusing on more getting new games that will match the player expectations. So that will be our future roadmap for moving forward.
That is absolutely brilliant. Listen, I wish you all the best with the games, with the markets, and also, of course, in beautiful Prague.
Sure, thank you so much. And you're always happy to welcome to our office. If you're ever in Prague, please give me a call.
I'm coming.